Hello dear children, today we are in the second session of the third chapter, the gift of the Magi. In the last video we have seen a couple, Della and Jim. They live in a small flat. So they had some financial issues. Della wanted to buy a gift for Jim on the Christmas day by bargaining to different people like vegetable sellers, vendors, butchers. She saved some money. It was only $1.87, but that money was not enough to buy a good gift for Jim. So she was fully sad, that we have seen in the last video, in the first part. Then one more thing what we have seen is the most precious possessions of Jim and Della. For Jim, he had a gold watch. That was his precious possession, and for Della, her beautiful brown hair. These were the two beautiful or most precious possessions they had. Up to there we had seen yesterday of first 9 paragraphs. Let us continue from paragraph number 10. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters. It reached below her knee and made itself almost a garment for her. And then she did it up again nervously and quickly. Once she faltered for a minute and stood still while a tear or two splashed on the worn red carpet. So she was looking at the mirror. She just made her hair free and she is looking at her hair on the mirror. There we saw the comparison, like if Queen of Sheba, or if she came in front of Della, if Della is keeping her hair free, this Queen of Sheba would feel jealous on her hair. That much her hair was beautiful and long, that we have seen. So she just made her hair free and she stood. Now her hair is free. When her hair came down, it was up to her knee. It was below her knee, that much it was lengthy. It was very thin and lengthy. And this hair was like cascade of brown waters. Cascade means waterfall. So the writer O. Henry, he compared Della's hair with a waterfall of brown water. So we can think that how much it was beautiful. A waterfall is very beautiful to see how it is falling down. In the same way, when Della kept her hair down, it came below her knee and it was looking like a waterfall of brown water. That much it was beautiful. And it reached below her knee, I told you, and it was itself like a garment for her. It was like we can say like a coat, like a jacket for her. Garment. It was very beautiful to see. When she made her hair free, it was like a garment for her on her body. Then again she tied that, and something she thought in her mind. So one moment she became sad. At that time, one or two drops of tears fell down on the red carpet. So she stood in a thought. At that time she became sad. At that time, one or two teardrops fell down on the red carpet. On went her old brown jacket, on went her old brown hat, with a whirl of skirts and with a brilliant sparkle still in her eyes. She fluttered out of the door and down the stairs to the street. So, after her thought, once she was thinking something, suddenly she took her jacket and she kept her hat on her head, brown hat and brown jacket. She changed her dress, and still that sparkle, that brilliant sparkle on her eyes, still it is there. With that she moved out of the door and she came down to the street. Fluttered means moved, fluttered out means moved out. So she left her home and came out and started walking in the street, where she stopped to the sign read, "May Sofroni, hair goods of all kinds." One flight up Della ran and collected herself, panting. Madame large, too white, chilly, hardly looked the Sofroni. So she walked into the street, and there she came and she stopped in front of a shop There one board was there. On that board was written Miss Sophroni, hair goods of all kind, where hair is available. Now we know that like we can say like a wig, like we artificial hair, we can fix hair. So where good hair, good quality or different kinds of hair available. One shop was there who is selling different kinds of hair. She came and stopped in front of that shop. When she saw the board, suddenly she went inside to the shop. There she saw a lady, a madam. She was large, very white, chilly, hardly looked one madam. Her name was Sophroni. Will you buy my hair? Asked Della. I buy hair, said madam. Take your hat off and let's have a sight at the looks of it. She went into the shop and she asked that lady, will you buy my hair? Will you buy my hair? So she told, madam told, I buy hair, of course this shop is for that. I sell hair, of course I'll buy hair also. You do one thing, remove your hat. We saw that when she came out from her home, she wore a brown hat. So madam told, just take off your hat, let me have a look on your beautiful hair, how much it is looking like, what is the quality of your hair. Down rippled the brown cascade. So she removed her hat, suddenly her hair fell down. Again still it is looking like a cascade, it's looking like a beautiful waterfall. $20, said madam, lifting the mass with a practiced hand. She just lifted her hair and said, I'll give it $20. Because she is very practiced, she is very experienced in this field. So just she lifted her hair and checked the mass. Then she told, $20. I'll give you $20 for this hair. Give it to me quick, said Della. When she told I'll give you $20, Della told, okay then give me quickly, give me very fast. Oh, and the next 2 hours tripped by one rosy wings. Forget the hashed metaphor. She was ransacking the stores for Jim's present. Next 2 hours, by forgetting all other things, Della is searching a shop to buy a gift for Jim. Ransacking means searching. So by different store by store, she is going inside and searching a perfect gift for Jim. In the next 2 hours, she did that one work only. She forgot all other things and only concentrated in searching a gift for Jim. She found it at last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. It was a platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by meretricious ornamentation, as all good things should do. It was even worthy of the watch. So, by searching, at last she found a shop. There she went inside. She saw a beautiful platinum fob chain. Fob chain means it's like a chain for watch. We can say in a simple words we can say like it is like a chain by which a pocket watch is attached to the waist. It's like a pocket watch. We can fix our watch inside the chain, like that one chain it was. So she found that platinum fob chain. When she saw the chain, her mind said that this was made only for Jim, because that much it was perfect for the watch, and she felt that this is the one I was searching until now. She felt very attraction towards that fob chain. She went inside and she bought that. She just took that. It was simple and chaste in design. Chaste means, what is the meaning of chaste? Chaste meaning is given in the textbook. Chaste means plain and without much decoration. Chaste means it is not so much fancy type. It was plain and no more decorations on that. It was looking very pretty. We can say it's very pretty. It was looking very beautiful. It was plain, but it was looking very beautiful. Here she is giving that the value of that, or the beauty, the value of that gift or the chain is not a meretricious ornamentation. Meretricious ornamentation. Meretricious means superficially attractive but of no real value. By word superficially, like by look it will be very attractive, but it is not a real valuable thing. So this is not like that. It is not like a meretricious ornamentation. This chain is showing its value. By the substance only we can understand its value. No need to announce the value of that. as all good things should do. So good things are like that. It will be having some value by the element in that. It's not only looking so attractive, but the material, what the thing is, thing is having the real value. It was a thing which is having the real value, not by look, but the quality was good. So she found that, and her mind said that it was made for Jim. For this only I was searching all these shops. At last I got like that. She became very happy for that. It was even worthy of the watch, which means already he had a watch, gold watch. This watch is as worthy as the watch. Already she was thinking like, when I am giving some gift for Jim, it must be near to the watch what he had. Here what she selected now, what she got a present now, it is as worthy as the watch what he had now. As soon as she saw it, she knew that it must be Jim's. It was like him, quietness and value. The description applied to both. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with the 87 cents. With that chain on his watch, Jim might be properly anxious about the time in any company. Grand as the watch was, he sometimes looked at it on the sly on account of the gold leather strap that he used in place of a chain. So when she saw the gift, when she saw the chain, she felt like it is Jim's only. These two things, Jim and this watch looking like same, which means that quietness and value was like same exactly. So she was feeling like it is made for Jim only. This description, quietness and value, we can apply for both. We can tell Jim is quiet and he has a good value. In the same way, we can say that Jim also, this chain also has the same value and quietness. That much it was beautiful. But for that chain, she had to pay $21. She got $20 from selling her hair, and she saved $1.87. So total $21.87 she had. From that $21 she had to pay. She paid that and bought that chain. With that chain she came back. She's coming back to home. When she's coming back, she's thinking like, when Jimmy is watching this, he'll become anxious, and whenever he's going some party and all, very secretly he will take and he will check the time in that. He'll be very proud when he's wearing this chain along with the watch. Like all these happy thoughts is going through her mind while she was going back to her home after buying that gift from the shop. When Della reached home, her intoxication gave way a little to prudence and reason. She got out her curling irons and lighted at the gas and went to work repairing the ravages made by generosity added to love, which is always a tremendous task. Dear friend, a mammoth task. Della came back to home. After coming back to home, she had an intoxication. Like intoxication means here meaning is excitement, over excitement. Here two excitements are there. First thing, she bought one good chain, good present for Jim on the Christmas day. That is one excitement. More than that, she had a big tension. Why? She cut and sold her hair. When Jim comes, if he sees this hair, what will happen? That is her tension. So because of that, she came fastly and she took that curling irons. Then she started arranging, started giving some hairstyle for her hair. Now her hair is like completely cut and sold, no length for her. No, there is no proper lengthy hair. So she want to do something on the hair. It was like a tremendous task, mammoth task. Mammoth task means extremely large task. So now she has no option. This like something what she had done, that she want to cover up. So if Jimmy is coming and seeing her, he should feel Della is the same Della only, nothing changes happen. So this generosity added to love. What she had done, because of the overflow of love, she sold her beautiful hair, her precious possession, that was her hair. She cut and sold that to buy a present for Jim. Now she has to cover up that. So for that she started working on that. It was like a big task, which is always a tremendous task, very huge and risky task for her. Within 40 minutes, her head was covered with tiny, close-lying curls that made her look wonderfully like a drowned schoolboy. She looked at her reflection in the mirror long, carefully and critically. So, Within 40 minutes, she did something on her hair. Now, after doing these all activities on her hair, still she is looking like a schoolboy, drowned schoolboy. What is the meaning of drowned? Someone who shirks his duty or work. Like someone finished his duty and come, like schoolboy finished his class and coming back to her, how he looks like. After cutting and selling her hair, Della, after doing all this work, she in 40 minutes she covered with tiny clothesline curls. Her hair is like curls on her head. It was small like curls on her head. Now her hair is looking like that. After doing this, still she is looking like a schoolboy. With that hairstyle, she looked at the mirror carefully and critically. Like she is not happy with that. Like in what way Jim can react. On that view, she looked at the mirror critically. If Jim doesn't kill me, she said to herself, before he takes a second look at me, he will say, I look like a Coney Island chorus girl. But what could I do? Oh, what could I do with $1.87? Then she is saying to herself, if Jim see this now, definitely he will kill me. He is going to kill me today. If he is not going to kill me, on the first look only, if he is not killing me, then in the second look, he will tell me I am looking like a Coney Island chorus girl. Coney Island is a like entertainment place in New York, like we can say like party spot. No, chorus girl who is dancing in musical like parties and all, and girl who is dancing. So if on the first look, if Jim is not going to kill me, then he will take a second look. On that look, he will tell me I am looking like a Coney Island chorus girl, a girl who is dancing in a party like in Coney Island. So I am looking like that now. Della is telling to herself. But what, I had no option. With that $1.87, how I am going to buy a gift for my husband? When I am buying something, I have to buy a good one, a precious one. It must be, it must have the value as much as the gold watch. So I had no option apart from selling my hair. So she is trying to make her understand what is going to happen, or what was the situation to sell her hair. At 7 o'clock, the coffee was made and the frying pan was on the back of the stove, hot and ready to cook the chops. So, and it was 7 o'clock in the evening, so Jim will be coming this time. Probably 7 o'clock only Jim is coming daily. Jim used to come at 7 o'clock only daily. So, at 7 o'clock, she made coffee ready, and to prepare some chops, to cook some chops, frying pan also ready on the stove. Jim was never late. Della doubled the fob chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table near the door that he always entered. Then she heard his step on the stairway down on the first flight, and she turned white for just a moment. She had a habit of saying little silent prayers about the simplest everyday things, and now she whispered, please God, make him think I am still pretty. So Jim, anytime, he never be late. So she knew that Jim will come at 7 o'clock, so she already ready. She went and sat on a chair. It is near to the door, because when Jim comes, suddenly Jim can see her, or she can go and she can wish him, like she can give that gift. She already took that gift and she is waiting on a chair near to the door. So she listened. Jim is coming. His footsteps sound she heard in the first floor. So just for a moment, silently she sat there. So she had a habit. She would pray for silly things. She had a habit of making silent prayers. For example, something she want, everyday things, everyday simple things. For that purpose, she will pray in silence. So this is one habit of Della. So here she has a tension. When after cutting my hair, how I will look like in front of Jim? What will be Jim's reaction? So on that tension, just she whispered, please God, make him think I am still pretty. Oh God, please, still Jim should think that I am beautiful only, I am pretty only. So that's all for today. I hope tomorrow in the next video we can finish this chapter, but still nearly 2 pages are remaining in textbook. So today what we have seen, Della went and she sold her hair for $20. She came to a shop. There she got a platinum fob chain for Jim as a Christmas gift. She collected and she paid $21 for that. She came, she worked hard to make her hair comfortable on her head, but still she was looking like a schoolboy. So she is in full of tension. What would be Jim's reaction? That is her tension now. So with that tension, she is waiting near to the door. At that time, she listened Jim is coming. So after Jim entering to the home, what are the things going to happen? We can see in the next video. Hope you guys understand today's session. Take care. Thank you.